All right, everybody, what is up? Today is Thursday, which means I got to sleep in today, which is pretty sweet. And I only have 4 miles to do today. That's because I'm gonna keep it nice and easy, keep the mileage easy the day before my big long run tomorrow, which is going to be a huge workout for me. My biggest workout I've probably ever done by quite a bit. We're gonna do 22 miles in total tomorrow. Mile warm up, 20 miles at goal marathon pace, and a 1 mile cool down. So because of that, obviously that sounds pretty daunting, but I really can't wait for it, honestly. And I want to make sure I'm ready to go, ready to perform at my best, because I really want to see where I'm going to measure up. And this is going to help give me a good gauge for the marathon. So right now, today, I'm just going to take it nice and easy, nice and controlled. I think I'll probably just have a little chat with you guys during the run. Only going to be 4 miles, probably pretty slow pace. But yeah, today should be a pretty chill day. I don't have a ton of stuff going on in class. And then, yeah, I mean, I really just can't wait for tomorrow. I've been looking forward to that workout for quite some time now, especially because it's going to be the first time I'm going to test out the Vaporflies, and I just cannot wait to see how those feel, how much those help. It's my first time ever trying a carbon-plated shoe. I got to sleep in a little bit today, which was pretty sweet, because I don't have my first class until after noon, so that is pretty nice. So as you can see, it's not completely pitch black out like it is for most of my runs. So I'm gonna get stretching here, get loose a little bit, and then I'll get after this run and get talking to you guys. So I'll see you guys on the run. Alrighty, everybody, we are just getting going right now on this run here. I am probably just approaching mile 1, but something that came to mind that I want to talk about is something that I struggle with a lot. It's a big problem of mine, and it's something that I'm working on right now to try and improve, and that is feeling proud and appreciating my accomplishments. I feel like whenever I accomplish something or reach a certain goal, I find it hard to be proud of myself, because it just seems to me like that goal or that accomplishment that I have reached, it was just gonna happen anyways. And I struggle a lot to feel proud of myself and proud of my accomplishments, because it just seems as though they were going to happen. And it's difficult because there have been many times in my life where I look back and I've accomplished these things, but I just haven't been able to feel proud of myself and truly appreciate those accomplishments. And I think that's a contributing factor to why I've been so hard on myself, why I still am so hard on myself.
because I always feel like no matter what I do, it's never enough and it's never worth appreciating, which is a terrible thing. I also put a lot of internal pressure on myself to be better, and the way that I do that is by being kind of just mean to myself in a way, and that's how I've always been. But I've come to realize that is not the best way to go about it, and trying to alter the way that I go about that has been difficult, because you can't hate yourself into becoming better. That is not the way to do it. Think about if you're trying to help or inspire anybody else. You're not going to hate on them. You're not going to talk down to them. You're not going to be mean and nasty to them. You're going to be uplifting, inspiring. You'll keep it real. But at the end of the day, why would you treat yourself any differently? It's just crazy how we have all these rules and expectations about how we're supposed to treat other people, but those same rules and expectations we never apply to ourselves. And I think another big problem that I have is whenever I have bad days or difficult days, I tend to think of myself as only the person in those bad days. And I just associate my whole life, my whole personality, my whole persona with the person that I am on bad days. And that's a terrible thing. Everybody has bad days. I have bad days. You have bad days. Your friends have bad days. That's just a part of life. But it can become dangerous when you start acting like you do in your bad days, and you associate your bad days with your normal version of yourself. Now, I don't think it's any secret that I overthink. I've been pretty open about that, and it's been something about me my whole life. I've always been an overthinker, and something that's been big on me this year, and I've talked about it before, is embarrassment and the importance of trying to chase a little bit of embarrassment, even when it's difficult, even when it's uncomfortable, because that's going to help you grow. And the thing about that is embarrassment to other people, they don't remember it nearly as long as you do, nearly as long as you think about it. If you do something and you just slightly embarrass yourself, the whole world comes crashing down. You think everybody's staring at you. Everybody's going to remember this moment forever. And that moment right there is all everybody is ever going to associate you with. That's what goes through in your head. But it's just not true whatsoever. The truth is, people forget that moment in a matter of seconds or minutes, while your brain, your head is spinning for hours that same day, and it sticks with you for days and weeks and months, maybe even years. Now, I may have mentioned this before, but I've always struggled with low self-esteem, like really, really low self-esteem for my whole life, really. And because of that, I've really struggled to feel truly confident in myself in a lot of situations that I find myself in. And what I've been learning is that confidence comes in many different forms. I've always seen confidence as being this loud, extroverted person, but I've learned that it's not always just that. I've learned that true confidence really, I think, comes in being scared and doing things anyways. True confidence, I think, is doing things when you don't know how to, doing things when they scare you, doing things that make you feel uncomfortable. You don't have to feel confident to be confident. I think a big reason that I put a lot of pressure on myself to try and be busy is not out of fear of not being enough or not being productive or not doing everything that I can. I think I put that pressure on myself to be busy because it helps me. It helps me forget. It helps me be distracted from what's going on in my head all the time. I think that's the true reason that I chase trying to be busy, is because it's comforting for me to have an outlet, have things to do that's going to distract me from all the thoughts that's going on in my mind. Because if I was just doing nothing all the time, I would just think endlessly, and I'd find myself in a very toxic headspace, a very bad space that it's not going to do any good for me at all. And another thing for me is all my struggles, I'm trying to fix them. So I overthink. How do I fix that? I'm stressed. How do I fix that? I'm anxious. How do I fix that? I'm uncertain. How do I fix that? And I never actually try and address the root problem. I'm always trying to fix my struggles, but I never actually understand them and understand why they came up in the first place. And that's a problem, because you can't really fix your struggles or fix anything without understanding how it happened, why it keeps coming up, why it's been lingering for so long. And if you focus on just trying to fix your issue, there's always the possibility that it could just come back. And you're never ever going to really get that closure if you don't understand why this all happened in the first place. And one last big point I want to talk about is your thoughts And what goes on in your head and what is said in your head is not the truth. And I find myself listening to what's going on in my head, what I'm thinking about, what my thoughts are, what my head is telling me. And I just assume that it's right and it's the truth, when in fact that is just not the case whatsoever. Your thoughts are not reality all the time. Sometimes they can be true, but I jump the gun a lot, and I associate every single one of my thoughts, which are often negative, and I just assume that they're the truth. Alrighty, everybody. I have just wrapped up the run there. 4.07 miles, 37 minutes. Kept it nice and easy today. 9:04 average pace. So that's just what I wanted. I only needed 4 today. That puts me at, let's see here, 48 for the week. And then we got a big 22-mile workout tomorrow, which is going to get us to 70 miles if all goes to plan, which should be pretty sweet. But yeah, that is going to be it for the video today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope some of what I was talking about was maybe a little bit relatable. But without further ado, I am going to end the video off there, and I will see you tomorrow.